Good evening, everybody. Happy by us. It's already Rosh Chodesh, and it's already Thanksgiving. A good Chodesh, and I guess at the Jewish calendar it's Thanksgiving already, because every day's Thanksgiving. We say Moed Menachem 3 times a day in our liturgy. But it's nice to have a Yom Iyun on the Inyan of Hakaras HaTov and the concept of gratitude, recognizing the goodness of God. And even though I'm going to go to work tomorrow a little bit, Mirz Hashem, that's my plan. Mirz Hashem, if the Hershele lets me go tomorrow, and the plan is tomorrow we'll have a minyan in shul tomorrow, and anybody who's in the Sullivan County area or the surrounding areas, Wayne County, Pennsylvania, Sullivan County, New York, like to join us tomorrow morning in our synagogue on Lake Street in County-Onga Lake. We're planning to have a minyan tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And even though it's not really for Thanksgiving, it's Rosh Chodesh, but we're saying Hallel and Musaf. There's not going to be any sermons, but we'll have our liturgy, and you're welcome to join us if you want to see a traditional Jewish prayer service. You're welcome to come and worship with us. And this is what's expected of us as Americans, to gather in our houses of worship and spend this day not stuffing our mouths with turkey and things so that it's part of it, perhaps, but really to worship God and be thankful to God. And this evening I'm coming from work where we had an interfaith ecumenical Thanksgiving service, which was very nice. It was very beautiful. We had representatives from 3 different Christian denominations. We had a Catholic deacon, we had an Eastern Orthodox Christian priest, and a Protestant pastor. And we had our Indian chief, and I was there, the rabbi, Jewish rabbi, and we each shared our message. And some of the inmates shared some music with us, and it was quite a beautiful, blessed service, and everybody enjoyed. Everybody had a good time, giving thanks to God. I don't remember everything that I said. I know I discussed a little bit what I wanted to say, and I think I covered all of those bases. But I'll be honest, I'm very excited, especially because it falls on Rosh Chodesh, so it is an Inyan of Sudas Mitzvah already. And to combine that as a Sudas Haidoah tomorrow. And some of our viewers were asking if I'm going to be fearing Tish tomorrow. Sometimes I would have a live stream whenever I have some kind of a Hasidic Tish. I've been having some issues with running the live stream, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, but probably we'll sing some Zmiras, and maybe we'll say Torah tomorrow. And while we're saying Torah, we can maybe we'll record it and we'll upload it if the Hershele lets, and if I see it's apropos for what's going on with my family and everything. But like I said, it's by me, it's a Yantiv. It's Rosh Chodesh, so anyway, usually Rosh Chodesh I put on the kolpik, and the Suda, maybe something, a nice bekasha, and I'm not going to wear a kolpik to work necessarily, but I will be celebrating this day, Rosh Chodesh, and I think we're going to eat fish, which, we only do really if it's a Sudas Mitzvah, generally. I mean, not always, but it's the tikkun you make eating fish, it really needs something, a hoy ben azach, but because it's Rosh Chodesh, it's also the yard side of Hershele Rimanover. Hershele Rimanover was an incredible tzaddik, and maybe we'll have it be also a shtickle as Sudas Hilula, a yard-side Suda for Hershele Rimanover. And Hershele Rimanover was a beloved tzaddik, and to me, especially inspirational tzaddik, because he wasn't he didn't inherit his Rebbe Vista biologically, genetically, but rather he was the Gabba to Rimanover Rimanover, and Rimanover made him the Rebbe. Hershele Rimanover was a Rebbe of Rebbes, which is a big thing to be a Rebbe of Rebbes. That's what just like Rebbe Rimanover was also a Rebbe of Rebbes. So, but also Hershele Rimanover was also a Rebbe of Rebbes. So it's a große Sache. And the Heubenkeit of this it's not to be underestimated. So maybe I have from my Rebbe, from Kalva Rebbe, Zol Gesundheit, Shefur Shleimer, Moshe Ben Rezel, he has some things about Hershele Rimanover in the Divrei Torah this week, from last week, but so maybe it's Kedai that we learn a little bit of this tomorrow. We'll see what the schedule is like, although by the time I get home, it's already, tonight's the yard set of Hershele Rimanover. By tomorrow night is when I'll get home from work, it'll already be Kislev. But we could talk about where Hershele Rimanover was a big tzaddik. It's an interesting story of his Shidduch, how he got married. I heard this story from the Biala Rebbe from Bnei Brak many years ago. I was still a bacher then when I heard the story. By Malava Malka, he told the story, and he said it. Shtickle is a segula for Shidduchim, for whoever was there who needed a Shidduch. And he said something that that Rimanover sent Hershele away. He was a bacher, he was a hosbacher, he was a gabba. He sent him away. He was upset at him. And he wound up somewhere, sleeping in an inn, like working, and they decided they're gonna make the people got drunk, and they decided they're gonna make a mock wedding for entertainment. And they made a mock wedding, and they took a girl there, a Jewish girl, and they took her Hershele Rimanover, and they made this mock wedding, and they did the whole thing of they made it wasn't a mock wedding, it was a real wedding. And halachically it was done Kadasa Kadin. So then the girl's father heard about this, and he got very upset, and he said, these two, they're really married. They need to get now. What did you do? What did you do to my daughter? Now she's a grusha. She can't marry Kohen. And but the word came to Rimanover, and he said, "Was is Schlacht mit man Hershele?" It's a good shidduch. You should keep it, and that's when Rimanover said that, the father was acquiesced, and so they stayed together. And that's how Hershele Rimanover got married. That's how he made a shidduch that some drunk people made what they thought was a mock wedding, and it was really a real wedding, and they stayed together and worked. So, even though you could say that you have to ask the Kala if she's makabel. It might be a question halacha on the kedushin, but it's not really much of a question, because if she was makabel, she was makabel, and he said the words harit makadeshli, and he meant it. It seems that she meant it also. So whoever needs a shidduch should have it. Should find it easily, just like Parshas Chayesara. Rivka Imenu came to Yitzchak Avinu, or if it's in the case in Parshas Vayetze, so Yaakov went to Rachel and Leah. It was like, we should all be gebenched. Wow, that's mamish min hashamayim. I got home mamish when it's starting to rain. That's incredible. That's mamish. A big blessing. So thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. A good Chodesh and happy Thanksgiving.